thing, honestly. Looks good, sounds good. Um, so I figured I'd take a dive into whatever it is, figure out whichever edition I should buy. Love Harry Potter. Have always, for no reason at all, but without further ado, shout out to Beautiful Place, Beautiful. I don't know. Found them. We're gonna see which edition we should buy. Sounds good enough. Sounds crazy. Wait till you get to the details.
Release of Hogwarts Legacy. The open world RPG set in the Wizarding World has already become the best selling game of 2023, climbing to the top of the list on Steam. And this is all
Already the best selling game of 2023. To be fair, not many games have come out in 2023, and it was only on Steam, but I'm sure everybody's pre ordering it, especially if I'm pre ordering it. Call of Duty's not very good right now. Nothing's really good right now. I'm currently playing Black Ops 3 Zombies. Taking a break to figure out what other game I'm gonna buy because Call of Duty sucks. Shout out Activision.
happened
Shout out
prior to the
whoever
game's
made
initial
that Warzone.
release. But
Whoever made that Warzone 2 game. Shout out to you for wasting my time. Thanks.
if you were yet to decide whether
We're gonna see if this is worth the buy and all. You get some good stuff. Get some cool stuff. I actually just figured some stuff out after rewatching this thing like 3 times. But let's dive into it.
or not you want to purchase the game, I'll be breaking down each of the editions available as well as which one is the best option to purchase. Hogwarts Legacy is releasing on February the 10th for
Also, if you guys don't know who I am, hello, my name is Lee Roly Broly Roly. Head of Majin Crew. Shout out Majin Crew and you. Okay. Uh, like the video.
the PS5, Xbox Series, and the PC. But those on old gen and 10th for the
Yeah.
PS5.
So it comes out for you feel me current gen, which I'm gonna call it current gen because I actually own one now. Um, Comes out February 5th. If you pre-order it, it comes out the 7th. But old gen, last gen, um, won't get it till April, and then the Switch gets it in July. But it should be a really good game by the time it comes out on the Switch. There should be a whole lot more stuff that they get, which is kind of cool because they, you know what I mean, have access to much more. Unless they only get access to our base game and we get the DLCs that they won't, and they gotta wait. That'd be crappy.
Xbox Series, and the PC. But those on old gen and Switch are gonna have to wait some time before they get their hands on the game. The
And that's
PS4 and
okay.
Xbox One will receive the game on April the 4th, and the Nintendo Switch release is set for July the 25th. Typically, developers are eager to push the game for release and will tend to fix and patch holes after the game is in the public's hands. But it seems they are taking care with the older generation versions and making sure that the game is polished before its release. When purchasing Hogwarts Legacy, there are three options to choose from: the Standard Edition, the Deluxe Edition, and the Collector's Edition. The Standard and Deluxe Editions
So I expected this deluxe edition right here. I expected it to cost. Well, he doesn't even have the price yet, but I expected it to cost more than it does. It's only $80 online, which like normally the deluxe edition or the super duper edition online, you literally get and have access to all the main stuff, and it costs about 120 bucks, 100 bucks. I just bought like the $100 edition of COD. Um, but this is a little different. Base game is 60 or 70 or whatever. Sheesh. But you do get some early stuff, whatever. Um, but that next edition, you get more, and it's only 80 bucks.
can be
That
purchased
super
both
duper
physically and
collector's edition,
digitally,
though, that
whereas the
thing's a little
collector's
different.
edition is only available
Me and my buddies
physically.
were
Now let's
chopping up
break
about
down
it.
the
The whole
standard
reason why I even
edition
making
of
this video,
Hogwarts
and I wish I
Legacy.
caught
It is the
while we were
cheapest of the
talking
three
about it, but
options and is the
I'll
one
be
that
able to
most of the
re-spark the
players will tend to
conversation.
go for. It includes the base game as well as an Onyx Hippogriff mount, but to get that you need to pre-order the game as it's a pre-order exclusive. If you pre-order the game on the PS5, you will also receive the Felix Felicis potion recipe. This
So this recipe, might as well talk about it. Pre-order the Hogwarts Legacy. Um, you'll be able to get access to the recipe of Felix. also known as Liquid Luck. Use this potion to reveal gear chests on the mini map for 1 day in game, resulting in a particularly rewarding journey as you explore Hogwarts and the surrounding areas. So I thought it was just like a potion that you drink, and you know what I mean? You get it for a little while, but you get it for a whole day. You feel me? So you can whip up that joint. That's crazy. Um, so we gonna have big eyes. That's cool.
Appears to be a PlayStation exclusive only.
This Onyx. So Onyx, I know the little Onyx Griffin thing here is not all too impressive, but whatever. We don't like Griffins from, right? We like pure animals. We don't like hybrid animals. Anyway, get back to the video.
Only and won't be available after the game's launch if you did not pre order it. PlayStation users will also be granted access to the Haunted Hogsmeade shop quest. We will go into more.
So yeah, pre-order this mug because you're not going to be able to get the Haunted Hogs quest, which is I'm pretty sure how you get access to more potions, extra potions, all that good jolly jam, good jolly jam.
Station users will also be granted access to the Haunted Hogsmeade shop quest. We will go into more detail about this quest later on. If you purchase the standard edition after the February 10th release, you won't receive the Onyx Hippogriff mount. This is the same for the Felix Felicis potion. Moving on to the deluxe edition, it also contains the
Oh, I'm sorry, I misspoke. You won't get the mount. Yo, if you don't pre-order, you won't get the mount.
With a secret apparently second spot you can fight people in. You won't get that arena unlocked if you don't pre-order.
No mount and no second PvP. No PvP. But if you get, I think if you get the deluxe edition, you'll still get the PvP area. You might not get that mount though. That's
Yeah,
ass.
you get it with the yeah.
base game, but a standout is the 72 hours early access, meaning that you can play the game on February the 7th compared to the rest of players who have to wait until the Feb 10th release date. This early access, of course, is only
So when is February 7th? Next Tuesday. Game drops next Tuesday. Pre-order next Tuesday. Cop.
available for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC users. If you pre ordered Hogwarts on an old gen or Switch, you won't receive any early access when the game comes out. The deluxe edition also includes the Dark Arts pack, which contains a Thestral mount, which is one of the few mounts we have.
So we got another mount. This little, you feel me? Dead horse with the, you feel me? Bat wings, John. With the dead face, John. Um,
Seen available. The Thestral mount will most likely have the same functionality as the Hippogriff, as it is both able to travel by air and ground. Another important note is that the Dark Arts pack is the only way to obtain this mount. If you purchase the digital deluxe edition of Hogwarts Legacy by buying the game via the PlayStation or Xbox stores, you will receive a Dark Arts Garrison hat, which is just another cosmetic item.
this is what I didn't like about it. You only really get the little, you feel me, the little Flying Dutchman, John. I'm not really, you feel me, feeling the little Flying Dutchman, John, for all that.
But this is exclusive to digital versions of the game. The deluxe edition also comes
Only because I assume that during the development of the game, you're gonna get access to other stuff to get equipped, and like once you get to head, you feel me, nigga in charge with your robes white, Hokage. Fuck you mean?
with the Dark Arts cosmetic set as well.
Now, same thing. I was like, oh, I'm gonna try and get this plain ass. You feel me? But watch it, look it.
As the Dark
It
Arts Battle
moves.
Arena, which we
That's what
saw in a
Smokey.
dev
Even the hat
update
move a
not
little
too
bit. Here,
cosmetic
look,
set,
watch.
as well as the Dark
Smokey.
Arts Battle Arena, which we
That's a
comes with the
little
Dark Arts
Smokey.
cosmetic set, as well as the
You
Dark
feel me?
Arts
That ain't
Battle
that
Arena,
bad.
which we saw in a dev
Ain't that
update
bad.
not too long ago. The Dark Arts Battle Arena is an area where you can use dark magic, such as the unforgivable curses, if you choose to lead your character down that route. Now, players who purchase
So I kind of don't like the fact that if I don't go evil, what if I have no access for this? Or is this, you feel me, just for something I need like PvP style? This is going to be like early PvP access. You feel me? Which it don't matter what route you go. Or I didn't even know that that's how the game goes. You feel me? We gonna learn as the night go on.
the standard
Tell a
edition
friend.
will still have access to other battle arenas in the game, but they will have to purchase the Dark Arts pack separately via DLC if they want to access this content. The third and final version of the game is the Collector's Edition, which includes all the content seen in the Deluxe Edition, including the 72 hours early access. But more importantly, it contains a life-size floating ancient magic wand with an accompanying bookcase, which is a physical item that you can plug in and display a wand which floats on top of the book, which is pretty cool. It also comes with the steel case and its own collector's edition box. Within the game it's
Excuse me, they said it does what? Hold on. I'm
hours
gonna run it
early
back.
access. But more importantly, it contains a life-size floating ancient magic wand with an accompanying bookcase, which is a physical item that you can plug in and display a wand which floats on top of the book, which is pretty cool. It also comes plug in and
Okay.
display a wand which floats
Okay. Get a little desk accessory. Absolutely not. Now I got all the books and the little collector's thing, so this could sit next to that. But like, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
on top of the
And
book
it gotta get plugged up. Damn.
which is pretty cool. It also comes with the steel case and its own collector's edition box. Within the game itself, you'll get access
Mr.
to the
Robe.
Kelpie robe, which is a
Now I didn't notice at first. It's called the Kelpie Robe. Now I was like, oh, this look like the
box.
Skyrim
Within the
jar,
game itself,
but
you'll
it's
get access
kelp. Hold on, let's catch that
case
front
and its
page.
own collector's
It's
edition
kelp,
box. Within the game
like in the sea. That's lit.
itself, you'll get
You
access
say,
to the
oh, they
Kelpie
move.
robe, which is
And I seen this one percolating, and I was like, man, I want this one. The other one don't move. The other one got the smoky move, but this one's elite. You know, a nigga got bread if they got this one. What you mean? And then they got the book. Nigga, where you put that book? What you got that book for? What you doing with that shit? And I don't like that. You feel me? They don't say nothing about you getting that
it
wand.
contains a life-size floating ancient magic wand with an accompanying bookcase, which is a physical item that you can plug in and display a wand which floats on top of the book, which is pretty cool. It also comes with the steel case and its own collector's edition box.
You don't get that wand in the game. I don't understand. You don't get the wand in the game.
Within the
I
game
want that one.
itself, you'll get access to the Kelpie robe, which is a cosmetic item that only
The wands,
collector
that's a
edition
whole
owners
different
will be able
situation.
to obtain. PlayStation owners have been looked after by WB Games, as not only will they receive the Felix Felicis potion recipe if they pre order the game, they will also be granted access to the Haunted Hogsmeade shop quest. The Haunted Hogsmeade shop quest is an eerie mystery adventure involving Hogsmeade's shopkeeper, Madam Mason. It will only be available for the PS5 and PS4 versions of Hogwarts Legacy. Players who complete the Haunted
Wait. Let's run this back. He said they do what?
Hogsmeade Shop Quest. The Haunted Hogsmeade Shop Quest is an eerie mystery adventure involving Hogsmeade's shopkeeper, Madam Mason. It will only be
Madam, I'm gonna be on your ass.
available for the PS5 and PS4 versions of Hogwarts Legacy. Players who complete the Haunted Hogsmeade Shop Quest and associated dungeon will also get exclusive access to their own shop in Hogsmeade, where they can
Okay,
sell items and gear at rates far better than anyone else in the game. So it
okay.
seems that PS5 users are getting a bit of
Oh wait.
an advantage as they will most likely be
That's
able to
only
access better
PS5.
gear faster and much more easily. Personally, this doesn't bother me as I will be playing on the PS5, but I can fully understand how this can be frustrating for PC and Xbox users.
Oh,
However, there is a small silver lining regarding this as the Haunted Hogsmeade shop quest will be available on all other platforms after 1 year, meaning that it's still
damn.
a PlayStation exclusive but only for a limited time. Another key detail to know is that
The Hogs Made John is an exclusive for a year.
Same, bro. It looks lit too.
A,
I like scary shit too. That's so lame, bro.
a
Spooky
year.
haunted shit, bro.
A year.
So lame, bro.
A year. Are you fucking kidding me? For what? Why would they do that to me? And they want my money. Damn. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? A year?
the PlayStation
For
there's a
real.
small silver lining regarding this, as the Haunted Hogsmeade shop is still a PlayStation exclusive, but only for a limited time. Another key detail to know is that a pre-order isn't required to obtain this shop quest. So if you purchase the game after February 10th, you will still have access to this quest. Alright, let's break down the pricing of each version of the game. The standard edition
Um,
is coming in at
I'm pissed.
$69.99 on the PS5 and Series.
I'm pissed. I'm pissed. 69.99. What happened to 59.99 games?
Series X and S, and coming in at $59.99 on the PS4 and Xbox One,
Oh
as well as the Nintendo
man,
Switch. The deluxe edition
they taxing me because I got the brand new. You feel me? Why you taxing me? I didn't gave you money, so you gutting me for more.
costs $79.99 on the PS5 and Series.
What happened to my 59.99 games? $60 deluxe. What happened? And y'all ain't even making this like that no more. So y'all hold on, let me make it just me. Y'all really capitalizing. Y'all don't even y'all don't even make the amount of discs that you used to make. Y'all make more money. Clearly, clearly, clearly.
X and $69.99 on the PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. The collector's edition is coming in at approximately 300 US dollars, which translates to 430 Australian dollars, which is where I'm from. That is quite extortionate and a large sum of money. The collector's
That is quite what did he say? This guy said
US
that the
dollars, which translates to
he said that
430 Australian
the
dollars,
collector's edition is extortionate.
which is where I'm from. That is quite
I just
extortionate
came back to
and
my
a
mic. All
large
I hear
sum
is the collection addiction is this.
Shit is extortion to the fullest.
I don't even know how to spell that word. How you spell that word? Extortionate. Much too high. Exorbitant. Using or given to extortion. Extortionate. That's crazy. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah.
of money. The collector's edition, although, is much harder to get hands on, as only certain outlets are distributing them and it is in much limited supply. Now, the big question is, which edition should you purchase? If we are strictly speaking of value, I'd have to say it is the deluxe edition, as for an extra $10, you're walking away with a handful of cosmetic items as well.
Everybody knows that's the situation. You might as well get the deluxe edition. I'm probably gonna get the deluxe edition because I'm not gonna get the collector's edition. Now, if the collector's edition was $100, $200, you probably would have got me at a two. You not get me at a three. Because like we're gonna see in a bit, there there are other, you know what I mean?
As access
There are other things going on here.
to the Dark Arts Battle Arena, but more importantly, 3 days early access, which I know is massive for quite a few people, as most of us are counting down the days until we can get our hands on the game. I can't see much value in the collector's edition as it's at a very extreme price point, but at the end of the day, that version is targeted to more of the hardcore collectors out there. And I'm sure it has its appeal to some, but the vast majority, I can see the deluxe edition being the standout for value.
Now the thing about it, man, I wish I was a collector of Hogwarts stuff. I had a friend who really collected wands like that, and that mofo would probably get something like this, maybe because I don't
Value.
know.
And if you're not too fussed about the early access or cosmetics, the standard edition is the most affordable option out there. I have put some links down in the description if you're wanting to pre order any of these different versions, so check those out if you're interested. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more content regarding Hogwarts Legacy and any other upcoming games. See ya. Harry Potter.
I guess you can see it here first, folks.
Whether it's character customization, house and wine.
Now, shout out to Utopia for this banger of a video. Again, I had no idea about what this game is. You're learning right alongside me. No, I didn't watch these two already, but the next little John that we're gonna watch, this is gonna be brand new. Um, like, come on, this is a bang. This is low-key a banger, and we're gonna just load this all the way up, and then I'm gonna pre-order it
One choosing all things
at the end of
Hogwarts
all this.
Legacy, I'm going to be covering in the coming
So,
weeks. In this video,
wands, I didn't even know that. You feel me? It was you feel me like that, which is cool. I like it. It's cool. It's different.
we're going to be covering wand mistakes that you should definitely avoid, how to prepare and select a specific wand, and also how to
Yeah,
import a physical
bro.
wand into
Yes,
Hogwarts Legacy, plus a bunch of other tips and more.
bro.
What's up,
About
world? It's Trevor here back in with another video, and today we have all things special
it better
related
be
to
crossplay
Hogwarts
too.
Legacy.
It better be crossplay.
Now, let's first start off with something that's actually confirmed, which is from the Warner Brothers Games Twitter account. And it's basically the confirmation that once you select a wand and a house, after a certain point in the game, after the ceremonies, you will no longer be able to change
Yeah,
those.
you can't change your wand or your house. Damn. Fuck, I was wrong. I thought you could change your house. Fuck. No, you can't. Bless you. So you got to make sure that you make up the right wand, the correct wand.
Those
Make up the
things.
right
Of
wand, the
course,
correct
your
wand.
house won't be able to be changed, but you won't be able to change your wand either. However, once we jump into the pre-planning
I'm
section
going
here, I
Huff.
will showcase
I'm going Gryffindor. I'm going Hufflepuff. I don't know. I have no idea. It's just not going to be Slytherin, and it better not be Ravenclaw. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just fill out my. You feel me? Fill out my drawing, and then see how it goes.
case that you do have a lot of time to change the wand that you want. So there will be chances to change your wand and house before the official lock-in and ceremony selection. Okay, so let's just jump start off with this website that some people have been talking about. It's been around for quite a while, and surprisingly, I didn't even really hear about it until recently. But there's actually a website where you can take a quiz for your house, for your Patronus, and your wand, and this will give you exactly what it does according to how you answered the quiz questions and how it kind of pertains to those houses in general. But for the meantime, we're going to stick with the wands for this video. I might go into other stuff in another video, but we're just going to jump into the wands. So for the wand quiz, I just did one on a dummy account, just really quick to see what I could come up with. And again, this is going to be how that you can pre-select and actually have your wand.
So you could pre make a sword. Actually, a sword. No, did I say a sword? I'm at a one.
I was like, wait, what? Because Gryffindor, they did say that
They
the
said
thing of
something
the
about a
house is the
sword.
sword.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you might get it. They said he grants it to somebody. So like later on in the game, you get a sword. I feel like, but can you melee?
I was born basically in the 1800s too. It's been that long. But if you go to what's this website called? Wizardingworld.com. No, I'm definitely gonna create a one. I'm just you feel me. I'm gonna make up one because they said depending on the wood and depending on this and that. You know what I mean? No, if it's like COD, like you feel me, the one you buy in real life, like it's in the game. You feel me? Depending on how many people you
When you're
kill,
pooping your dreams.
just like coloring, clean.
Oh, the sword of Gryffindor wand. Is that what y'all talking about?
Is it a wand? I don't know.
I was just talking about. I was talking about the sword. If you look at the wands on the website, it says the sword of Gryffindor wand. I don't know if that's something that can be given.
Unselected before the game even comes out. So this is like a pre thing that you can do and have it.
And this is what I'm about to do right now. Make up my own little thing, see what I get, see if I can concoct something that's actually super nice.
All lined up. Now, granted, what you can do is you could just make a bunch of different accounts, or there are a bunch of things online I think already that, and I'll have in the
I'm gonna
comments down below.
sign
There's
up
like
for all the
a
news and
basically
all
like
the
a little
offers
guide on how
too.
to
I'm
pick
trying to
exactly which
get the
wand
one
that
on
you
the
want
low. What you
specifically.
mean?
But this will give you a kind of
Create my
rundown of it and
portrait.
how to go through some of these questions and get the one that you would like. And you can have some fun with this. Like I said, you can make a bunch of accounts, and then once you find exactly which one that you want, then you can link that account to your Warner Brothers account, and then also linking that to your.
This game is set in the 1800s. Okay, trailer popped up. Let's watch a little trailer. Fighting dragons.
Your legacy begins now. Hogwarts Legacy. Pre-order now.
We about to relax. We about to relax.
Steam account or wherever you purchase the game.
Make this
But once you're
account. Let's go. See, I'm telling you, we finna get more and more hype as this starts. Um, but if you want to take a second and look with me, we We over here getting ready. We over here getting right on y'all. Y'all better catch up. Y'all better catch up. Y'all better catch. I'm trying to catch up. What you mean? What you mean? Locked up to the crown? Oh, stop. Oh, it's over with. Oh, it's over with. Y'all can't see me. 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 Nope. Y'all can't see me. Boy, I'm on here making my avatar. Oh my goodness. Boy, they got the super beard. You can make your avatar at least my picture. Hopefully,
Ravenclaw, they
Ravenclaw.
sending everybody to Ravenclaw. All right, Ravenclaw, we go, bro.
Ooh,
You went to
ooh.
Ravenclaw too, Johnny? You did it?
Nah, I'm doing mine right now.
Uh, yeah, they sending Ravenclaw.
I'm getting set up. Making
Everybody
mine.
at Ravenclaw. Make this shit says better with headphones. Oh shit! Animation. Excuse me.
My pet gonna be a cat. Pet gonna be a cat. What you mean?
Discover your Patronus. I got one that wouldn't even pop up, yo. That shit was pissing me off. What do you think I gotta redo it? Like it'll tell you like what your Patronus came out and what it meant and shit like that. And when I looked up like the guide, mine wasn't on the guide at all.
Y'all see me. I'm a beast. I'm a beast. I'm a beast. Give me that. That's mine. Now let's get back to the video.
You're done answering those wand questions. I think there's only about 7 of them. They will give you a wand with even a core and all this different stuff. It's going to tell you exactly which wand that you have and all the different dynamics of it, like the length and the core and the type of wood that's used or whatever material. And then if flexible, I don't know the other choices. I only went through one, so I'm not sure of like all the individual dynamic choices there. Then that leads me on to the next aspect of this, and that's actually that you can have a physical wand be put into the game. Now, it is dependent on the wands from the specific store that they offer these wands on, but it is kind of a cool touch. Now, there is two types of wands from what I can tell, and the first type of wand is kind of expensive. It's $150, and it basically it connects with it's called a magic caster wand, and I believe it connects with a app that you can use on your phone.
Now this is what I'm talking about. The edition was a $300 collector edition. Come on, bro. Now you talking about these ones that are $150. Come on, bro. What type of shit is this? $150? $300 is $450 on top of in-game purchases. You feel me? Come on, bro. 450. You wanna know what's getting me upset? You get this cape, right? Or the robe. You get this green kelp robe, right? What do they give you like after you beat the game? What if you get a white cape, a robe, white cape like you're Hokage now? Now you just spent $300 on a cape you're not even gonna wear. Boo.
Phone, and then you could do some kind of cool stuff on your TV, so it'll connect to your smartphones and also your smart TVs. And I think you can also have it linked from what it looks like to if you have lights connected to your Wi-Fi devices. You can also control your lighting and have a bunch of things tied with that. So that aspect of it is pretty cool. The others are just normal wands and they are a lot lower priced, between 38, 40, and some are $80. I guess it probably depends on the material and probably the popularization of the character itself, but there are a ton of wands to select on here. And from my understanding, any of these wands that are on this page will be able to be used inside the game. Now, there is quite a bit, and so maybe they don't get all of them, but from my understanding, how they made it seems like any wand from this page will be able to be used in the game. And I do think it's an overall nice touch just to have something more toned to like the RPG playstyle, have something in real person, and have this like item and you can kind of cherish it. Yeah, it's a little gimmicky and it's a little overpriced, probably on the higher end side, but overall I think it's a nice touch and it's kind of like one of those things. It's there if you want it, and if you don't really want it, then you can get something else and just use the in-game options and the quizzes and stuff like that. Now, as I said before, you really want to be careful when selecting your wand because this choice does matter, especially as your house as well. Because once you get past the ceremony point, you will not be able to change those options. And that's why I said it's probably best that you create multiple accounts for this website and then kind of go through and you can pre select and get everything ready to go, especially with your house and your Patronus and the wand. You can
Can you change your wand? Like since you've already made a
Definitely,
wand, can you make a wand?
kind of see how
you can
each
change it as much as you need to, as long as it's before you're actually in the game during the story mode, and the hat tells you where you need to go to change it.
Okay. I'm thinking there's this. Okay. I was thinking that the sorting event was like, you feel me, at a certain time, certain date, everybody does some, you feel me, tune in type shit.
question has its weighted effects on there. I'm going to go ahead and link a guide down below that I'm going to at least try to find one. There's one that I saw that like shows you how to get the Elder Wand. But I didn't find anything that like has all of the wands specifically to each house or to each person or again to the each specific different thing because there's probably a ton there. Now there is actually 38 different wood types. So there's a ton of different things that can kind of get mixed out here dynamically, especially when you're going through these questions. I'm surprised there's not more than 7 quiz questions. Hopefully there's a little bit more broader range in game, although I would assume they're probably the same. And there also are 3 different core types. And again, this is a lot dynamic.
It's just
Okay.
gonna be.
The lie, really in depth.
It seems like it, but like, how is that going to translate to gameplay? Is it
Yeah,
going to
like,
translate well, or is it just going to be like,
like
sweet?
is there gonna be a meta wood? You feel me?
Yeah, right.
Meta core.
What's the meta wood, bro? Who got that meta wood?
That is a tragedy.
Dynamically 3 core types, 38 different wood types. There's also the exact the length that your wand is going to be. So there's a ton of different things in here that's like going to change things dynamically by a lot. So it's going to be kind of hard to have exactly an extensive guide unless someone already has it or they've already decoded into the website. So unless that's out there, it might be a bit better to just make the multiple accounts and kind of see what you come up with for each one. That's what I'm doing at least to see what kind of ones that I want to get or see what kind of ones that I can get. I'm doing more like a basis question for myself of like what I would just answer for myself and then ones that I would want to answer if I could, if I was like in an actual game. So kind of like a realistic one and then one that I would answer if I was in this mystical world. And again, I'm going to have everything that I talked about down in the links down below so you can kind of customize and do all your stuff yourself and see with each different thing. I'm going to have the core stuff down below so you can look at all the descriptions of all the different cores as well as the wood types so you can see exactly what type of wood that you kind of maybe want to use or kind of want to gear yourself towards and try to see if like you can kind of game the quiz yourself with that information. I'm also going to have that store that I linked down below. This is all on the Wizarding website page, so it's pretty easy to find. But I'm also going to have the location of that store so you can kind of see. It was kind of hard to get to the store location. I had to do a little bit of finagling to get there. So I think having that specific link down below will help people because the button that I was clicking to click for the wands wasn't working and all that mess. So I'll have that specific link for the exact wand shop down below as well. But that does about cover it for the wand guide, etc. More so on the pre-prep guide. and just trying to help overall with being able to select a wand. I know this is probably going to be a big ordeal for people, and they're going to want to, maybe even recreate their characters several times. It always happens with RPG games where you're like constantly searching through different things, and you don't know exactly what you want, and you're kind of scared on picking.
I didn't even bat an eye at this stuff now, but what I'm over here doing right now in the background, I'm gonna give y'all a little sneak peek. Um, if you were attending Hogwarts, which pet would you choose and take with you? Which pet would y'all choose and take with you? What's that, a cat? What's this thing?
Oh,
A
I picked a little.
toad?
I picked a dragon, bro. Little dragon toad guy. He was cool.
Dragon toad? Is that what
He was
that is?
cool. And if you click on it, there's like whichever one you click on, it'll give you options of different ones. I didn't look at the other ones. I just clicked on the toad, and I saw a little dragon guy, and he looked cool.
Mm. Once every century, the fluttering fly bush produces flowers that adapt their scent to attract unwary. If it lured you, it would smell of cackling logwood home, the sea, fresh parchment. What does that even mean? Cackling wood, smell like home. Have to smell like the sea, my guy. How would you like to be known in history? The great, the wise, the bold, the good. The great or the wise. Wise is great. Great is great. Is great wise? Great is great. It's not wise. Great is great. What is the great to the wise? Well, he's not the wise man. That is the great. You feel me? You already know. Path was, path is, which tempts you the most? Narrow, dark, cobbled street, ancient. You already know. All right, my stuff is made up, man. We made up. They didn't see me out. I could change my wand too, right? This is just my house. Nigga, I was talking all that shit. Nigga, I was talking all that shit. Guess what I got said? Ain't that a bitch? I was talking all that shit. Guess what I got said?
Wait, brother.
Nigga got sent to Slytherin.
No shot.
I swear.
Johnny's the only one he's talking about. Oh
Talking
shit,
all that shit.
man, bro.
They
Get your member
sent me
Slytherin, bro.
to Slytherin. Ain't that a bitch? Fuck Slytherin. If you don't know now, look it, they got Malfoy right here. Punk ass nigga. Oh my god. If you ain't know before, you can know now. It is fuck Slytherin. It's fuck Malfoy. Fuck his dad. You have a sister? Fuck his sister. Fuck that nigga Snape. That weak ass bitch that was with Sirius. I am sick. No, this is impossible. It's impossible. We can't do this. How do I change this? I don't like it. It's stuck in Slytherin house.
Damn, bro. So you're just gonna leave us for Slytherin? Crazy.
Y'all both got Ravenclaw, huh?
Yeah, you gotta join us, bro.
Y'all got Ravenclaw?
You get Ravenclaw.
They put me in Slytherin. I ain't trying to get no Slytherin. They put me in there.
You don't have to go to the big group where they put you picking the game.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
It's just some shit you can do beforehand, or like just to get people hype and like, talk about the game, like we just did.
Yeah, they got me super hype off this shit now. I'm not even go ahead and buy this shit.
I hate getting hype over games anymore. I'll try and not get hype, but I'm gonna buy it. Too many games have let us down, boy.
I need to figure out how to change that house. That's not good.
You'll just be able to do it through the game. I don't think anything on our website matters. Just saying.
That's better than that, goddamn.
All right, Hogwarts Legacy card, Lux Edition.
The Patriot. What is this? The Patriot? Discover the Patriot.
Your Patronus, bro. Your Patronus, bro. Your spirit.
Patronus.
Spirit animal, bro. I got the stallion, bro.
Yes.
I got Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh. Talking about that like Harry Potter, I don't even know what they're talking about.
I didn't know either till I finished it.
Charles, the type speak. Yeah, you from the anime,
It's just you, but pick one that you're drawn towards.
Discover, call, fast, reflexes, so you gotta be quick. Food dance, discover is it.
Yeah.
It's that right, stupid. You know, you gonna try right, stupid. Lead, escape, leave. Leave out of here, stupid. You can't, you're almost confused.
Hogwarts Legacy has not been officially released. It might be unlocked for this. Please check the Steam release time. Okay, buy you. Okay, I got the game. It's right in there. Mm.
I got a fox. Ooh.
All right, bro. I'm about to go watch some anime. Some sleep.
Bro, let me keep. I'm gonna figure out whatever the hell this game is, man. You
Let
don't
me
even
know if you
know.
find some shit. Send it. Find it.
Yes, sir.
All right, night, bro.
Night, peace. Right towards the castle, left towards the sea. I love the sea. Demosphere, isolation, fire, darkness, heights, darkness. We don't like darkness. In a chest of magical artifacts, which would you choose? The silver dagger, the golden key, the black glove, the ordinary mirror, the bound scroll is what we would grab. Don't even play with me. And it was a mistake. Ashwood with a phoenix core. Yeah. The Ashwood cleaves to it cleaves to its one true master and not be passed on or gifted from the original owner. Sounds just like me. It's for me. Perfect. Exactly for me, just like yours should be perfect for you. Not because it loses power or just skill, because it only works with me. I got the magic. This tendency is extreme if the core is a unicorn. Mm. This tendency is extreme if the core is of unicorn. Ours is of a phoenix core. We did not get that unicorn core. Old superstitions regarding wands rarely bear close examination, but I find that the old rhyme regarding rolling chestnut ash and hazel wands, rolling gossips, chase chestnut drones, ash is stubborn. Hazel moons contains a small nugget of truth. Hazel. So ash is stubborn, contains a small nugget of truth. Those witches and wizards best suited to ash wands are not, in my experience, lightly swayed from their beliefs or purposes. Sounds like me. However, the brash and overconfident witch or wizard who often insists on trying wands of this prestigious woods will be disappointed by its effects. The ideal owner may be stubborn, but will certainly be curious, but never crass or arrogant. The wand chooses the wizard, remember. Thanks. The Elder Wand. So what's the Phoenix Core? Let's find out about this Phoenix Core. Um, this is the rarest core type. Phoenix feathers are capable of the greatest range of magic, that they may take longer than either unicorn or dragon cores to reveal this. They show the most initiative, sometimes acting on their own accord, a quality of many witches and wizards dislike. Phoenix feather wands are always the pickiest when it comes to the potential owners. Excuse me, for the creature for which they are taken in one of the most independent detached. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The wands are always the pickiest when it comes to the potential owners for the creature from which they are taken. It is one, or which they are taken is one of the most independent and detached in the world. These ones are the hardest to tame and to personalize, and their alliance is usually hard won. All right. Length. The following notes, the ones length flexibility are taken from notes to subject. Um, most wands will be in the range of between 9 to 14 inches, while I have sold extremely short ones, 8 inches and under. The very long wands over 15 inches that are exceptionally rare, and in the latter case, a physically particular demanded and excessive wand length. However, abnormally short wands usually select those. and whose character sometimes is lacking rather than because you're physically undersized. Many small witches and wizards are chosen by longer ones. Wand flexibility or rigidity denotes the degree of adaptation and willingness to change possessed by the wand and the owner, although again, this fact ought to not be considered separately from the wand wood, core, and the length, nor is the owner's life experience and the style of magic, all which will combine and make a wand question and unique. Well, there you have it, guys. I'm a fucking Slytherin Fox Ashwood ass nigga. I'm mad. I don't like it. I don't like it. All right. Well, let's find out some more stuff about Hogwarts. Take a gander at whatever this is, to be honest.
and have your wand choose you before you ever get your hands on Hogwarts Legacy. And everything's going to transfer over to the game when you load it up on February 10th on release
Yo,
day.
yo, mic check,
I
mic check.
just learned about this today. I'm obviously very excited about it. Basically, this is all done through the official Wizarding World website. So they've got questionnaires on there that are kind of like a personality quiz where you answer questions and
And this is just what we had seen. Nice little website. Things look nice. I like the little customization options. Um, I don't like the fact that they gave me Slytherin. That does not fly. You hear me? That does not fly. We don't do that. That's not cool. That makes me upset. That makes me upset. We don't not Slytherin around here. We not Slytherin people. Okay? We do Hufflepuff. Okay? That's what we do. Literally. We are Hufflepuffers. We huff and we puff and we blow down whatever we want. Ain't no slithery, slimy little slithery, sneaky snake.
based on your answers, they're going to determine which house you would best fit in, what kind of wand you would want. As I think they've even got like what kind of animal your Patronus is going to be, which is kind of cool. So you answer these, and then you link your account to your Warner Brother Games account. And then that's linked to your like, gamer tag, PSN ID, whatever else have you. And then that way, when the game comes out and you first load it up, it's all going to be linked up and your options are going to be there. Now, they have said that this is not like locked in. You can still change it later. You can choose whatever you want, but I feel like it's kind of fun to go with whatever they give us here. I feel like this is kind of like part 0 of the series. We're kind of starting it today. And there is a bit of a bonus. So by signing in and linking your WB Games account, you'll be gifted a beaked skull mask to wear in the game. This thing right here, as well as you get
Now you see that thing don't move or nothing, so you don't get none of it. You feel me? You can pair that with whatever you pre-order with, which I guess is cool. But like, come on.
one of the special robes, which we did a video on all the
You see the little halfy Johns? So say you don't pre-order the John, you just get the regular John, but you still do stuff online. You can still get, you feel me, a robe or two. Now, blue's my color, if purple's not around. Green's not my color, red's not my color, yellow's not my color. We could do blue, but I don't like these half blue, half black Johns. Uh, excuse me. I'm not really a fan.
different common rooms the other day. So those robes that were in those videos, that's what you're going to get here. So very exciting stuff. And like I said, I'm just going to roll with it. Whatever we get here is what we're going to be playing with in our series on February 10th. So let's see what we get. I am going to leave the link.
Same, bro. I don't know. I was trying to get something that just wasn't Slytherin and hoping to just deal with it. But if it lets me rerun it, I'll randomize it to see if it's not Slytherin again. But I might just do it just because it put me there. Same with the fox. I might just do it because it put me there. I forget what my boy said that his animal was, but guess we'll find out.
Link to this website down in the description. I also want to say this is not sponsored by any means. I'm genuinely just really, really excited for this game. I've been waiting for this game pretty much my entire life. So I want to share the stoke with you guys. So here we go. You can see we've got to get our house, our Patronus, and our wands. Now I know the house and the wand can link and move over to the game, which is really cool. I think there's a ton of wands you can end up getting, which means there's going to be a ton of wands in game, which is exciting. Patronus, I'm not sure about. They haven't mentioned that anywhere, so I'm assuming if it hasn't been mentioned, it's not going to carry over. We'll take that test as well just to kind of see. But here we go. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not going to lie. Like I'm going to roll with whatever we get here, and it's been close before. I always get Gryffindor, but Slytherin's been very, very close in the past. So we'll see how this one ends up. River or forest? Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna say I like water. I like the lake. I like being on the water. We're going with river. Which of the following do you find most difficult to deal with? Loneliness, it's a big one. Boredom, kind of, not really. Hunger, being ignored. Ooh, I don't like being ignored. Cold, I'm pretty good with. I like being cold. I would say probably being ignored. Boredom, I don't like being bored, but I feel like I can kind of entertain my.
Premium collagen that supports healthy hair, skin, nails, bones, and joints. Could it help you? Only if you have hair, skin, bones, and joints. Vital proteins for everybody with a body.
Myself sometimes. Honestly, loneliness is probably the biggest one for me. I'm going to go with loneliness. If you were attending Hogwarts, which pet would you choose to take with you? Cats, toads.
Okay, what we're not gonna do is watch him just pick what I just did. That's what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna do that. We are not gonna do that.
Intelligence.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that. But what we can do
Up to be the game
is this.
longtime Harry Potter fans have been waiting years for. And we're now officially less than 100 days away from having the title in our hands. So whether you need a refresher on the confirmed details or if you're looking for news on the game for the first time,
Yes,
at the
please.
ready, because here are 50 Hogwarts
Thank you,
Legacy
Juan.
facts we
Thank you. What's this channel? Retro Recounter. Jesus.
know for sure. All right, number one, Hogwarts Legacy was officially announced with a trailer at the PS5 showcase event back in September of 2020, and the game was originally slated for a 2021 release.
Jeez,
But in January of 2021, the game was delayed and given a new, much broader release window of 2022. Fast
Hope
forward
this is
to
like
August
The
of 2022,
Sims.
Avalanche
Skyrim.
announced a new release date of Friday, February 10th, 2023. Hogwarts Legacy is set to release on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, as well as Steam and the Epic Game Store. And hey, consider using creator code RACKNTOUR to support the channel if you do pre-order from Epic. Now, if you pre-order the deluxe or collector's edition of the game, you'll get 72 hours of early access, which means you'll get to play on Tuesday, February 7th. If you pre-order the digital deluxe on either the Xbox One or PS4, you'll also receive the next-gen version as well, so 2 copies for the price of 1. This is the standard box art for the game, while the deluxe edition shows a much darker side of the wizarding world. There's also a subtle difference between the Xbox and PlayStation versions of the deluxe cover.
We know. We get it. You don't have to emphasize it. Thanks for rubbing that in.
The Microsoft version having a dragon pictured in the top left corner, yet it's seemingly absent from the PlayStation versions. The game is still slated to land on the Nintendo Switch as well. However, at the time of this recording, there's no confirmed release date other than to say it will not be launching alongside the others. Now, a full trailer of this game actually leaked all the way back in 2018 when a Reddit user named Vape This Bro posted it online. Apparently, he was part of a mall survey group that was shown a trailer for the game, and he somehow managed to get by without signing an NDA. At this point, though, they've officially released a total of 12 trailers for the game, which includes the official reveal trailer, a PlayStation State of Play gameplay reveal trailer, a behind-the-scenes dev interview trailer, Sebastian's Dark Legacy trailer, a PS5 next-gen immersion trailer, 2 ASMR videos, 4 common room tours, and the Haunted Hogsmeade Shop Quest trailer. Now, if you're wondering about the devs for this game, it's Avalanche Software, and no, it's not the devs who worked on Just Cause. This is a different studio. Now, speaking of all the official footage that's been shared about the game, they also showed an additional cutscene as well as behind-the-scenes dev footage at an Autodesk presentation. Now, this Autodesk presentation can actually be viewed in full on the official Autodesk YouTube channel. The game is not an MMO, and it is being developed as an open-world action RPG and also will not have multiplayer. All this according to the game's official FAQ. WB is publishing the
Nobody wants to play a dead game, and that's even more true when it comes to MMORPGs, as half of the content in these games straight up don't exist if there's no players to
will not have multiplayer. All this according to the game's official FAQ. WB will not have multiplayer, is being developed as an open world action RPG and also will not have multiplayer. All this according to the game's official FAQ. WB is publishing the game under the Portkey Games label, which is a label specifically created for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Hogwarts Legacy will release here in the US with a T for teen rating from the ESRB for fantasy violence, blood, mild language, and use of alcohol. We also know they're using the Unreal Engine for the project. The PC version will support NVIDIA's DLSS3 technology, which, according to NVIDIA, boosts performance for all GeForce RTX GPUs by using AI to output higher resolution frames from a lower resolution input. Now, as for the story of Hogwarts Legacy, thanks to a quick screen capture of the Daily Prophet in this Hogwarts Legacy trailer, we expect the game will take place in 1890, putting this well before Harry, Ron, and Hermione's time at Hogwarts, and actually even a bit before Dumbledore's time at Hogwarts. That being said, devs have confirmed a few familiar faces from the original series, such as Peeves, Gryffindor house ghost Nearly Headless Nick, and while the other house ghosts haven't been explicitly confirmed yet, we do see the Fat Friar here, and I expect the Bloody Baron and the Grey Lady will make an appearance as well. Oh, and we can't forget Professor Pins.
No, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Peep.
And while the other house ghosts haven't been explicitly confirmed yet, we do see the Fat Friar here.
When I'm getting my $300 robe
Bloody Baron and the Grey Lady will make an appearance as well. Oh, and we can't forget Professor Pins teaching history of magic here. Now, much to the dismay of many fans, Quidditch will not be playable in Hogwarts Legacy. However, Broom Flight 4 traversal and Broom Race challenges are part of the game. Players can also fly brooms to explore locations around the castle. And speaking of flight around the castle, hippogriffs and thestrals have also been confirmed as mount options, although the
Let's
thestral
go.
is only available as a bonus for the deluxe or collector's edition of the game. And as for that deluxe edition, it will also include access to the Dark Arts Battle Arena and the Dark Arts Cosmetic Set.
Just between us, you know what's better than mopping? Anything. Ugh. Well, I switched to Swiffer Wet Jet, and it's awesome. It's an all-in-one that absorbs dirt and grime deep inside.
And it helps prevent streaks and haze. Wet Jet is so worth it. Love it or your money back.
Take this. Find them.
The digital version of the deluxe also includes a Dark Arts Garrison hat. Yes, there is a slight difference between the digital deluxe and the physical deluxe. The collector's edition of the game will include all of the same benefits as the digital deluxe edition, in addition to a steelbook, an in-game Kelpie robe, and a life-size floating wand with a book base. In August, community manager Chandler Wood unboxed the collector's edition.
So it's not even hologram, it's a physical wand.
On the official
And it just
YouTube
hovers
channel,
on
and
the
it was met
John.
with a pretty strong sense of disappointment from fans, not only for the $2.99 price tag, but also for the lackluster items included. PlayStation has been heavily involved with the marketing for Hogwarts Legacy, and they've now
Okay, so I wasn't the only person that was upset. I'm glad other people are upset.
confirmed a number of timed exclusive pieces of content. Both PS4 and PS5 players will have 1 year of exclusive access to the Haunted Hogsmeade Shop Quest, which grants access to an additional dungeon, the Shopkeeper's Cosmetic Set, and an in-game Hogsmeade shop, which is called Stitches and Drafts. There's also the Felix Felicis potion recipe, which is yet another pre-order bonus, but this one is only available to PlayStation players. You can also use the Liquid Luck potion to reveal gear chests on the minimap for one in-game day. And speaking of gear chests, we've also gotten confirmation that some chests conceal their rewards differently than others. We got a brief look on the official social media accounts at a disillusionment chest, which has a large eye in the center scanning back and forth for nearby wizards. Seems likely to say a disillusionment charm should do the trick to open this one. Avalanche and WB also confirmed fans will be able to link their Wizarding World fan club accounts to their WB accounts. By linking this account, you'll unlock a beaked skull mask and exclusive House Fanatic robes. Players who link their accounts will also have the option to bring over their house and wand type from the Wizarding World site. And I know what you're thinking, what about the Patronus? Well, at this time of recording, no official word on the Patronus coming over. There have been 2 official companion books confirmed, the first being The Art and Making of Hogwarts Legacy, which will be published by Inside Editions. This 252-page book will include original concept art, exclusive interviews, as well as behind-the-scenes facts and information about the game-making process. It's set to release the same day as the game on February 10th. The other companion book is Hogwarts Legacy, the official game guide, which is being published by Scholastic. This one won't be released until a month after the game, as community manager Chandler Wood said they want people to experience and discover things for themselves before having the guide, which I could certainly appreciate. Now, throughout the game, we're going to have NPC companions to aid and fight alongside us in our journey. 3 of them have been confirmed so far: Sebastian South.
I need to be able to play with my friends, if we're being honest here. Beggars can't be choosers.
Hello, a charming and extroverted Slytherin, Natsai Onai, a wise and quick-witted Gryffindor, and Poppy Sweeting, a bright and compassionate Hufflepuff. Sebastian's storyline will center around his twin sister, who suffers from a debilitating curse. As for Natsai, she transferred to Hogwarts from Wagadu, the largest wizarding school in the world. She transferred to Hogwarts when her mother became the divination professor. As for Poppy, she has a close bond to magical creatures and believes they have far more redeeming qualities than humans. She also has
Wagadu. Ooh, I got ooh. African Wizarding School located in the mountains of the moon in western Uganda. It was the largest of the 11 wizarding schools accepting students all over Africa. There are 11 wizard schools. Oh, that makes it easy. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. They can go deep with that, huh? Ooh, so we know about the Uagadoo. We know about Hogwarts in Scotland. Talk to me. Talk to me. Hey, talk to me. Talk to me. North America's Evil Mori. Evil Mori said to be an important location in the film Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. Is one of the 11 schools. So we got Hogwarts. I think we all agree there's not much needs to be said about this one, but in case it's located somewhere in Scotland, takes students from all across the UK and to pronounce various wizards a note. I like it. Beaubaton. Beaubaton. Um, is French. Go figure. Spanish, Portuguese, Dutch, Limoborten, Belgian. I like it. Drumstrag. Um, far north of Europe. What's that like? Russia. Shout out Mother Russia. Um, Mahakatoro. I like the name. Mahakatorkoro. Volcanic Island. Although these children do not board at the school until the age of 11, the younger students are flown to and from the school daily by the flocks of giant storm of birds. Tough. Ugando. Largest wizarding school revealed in a location kind of by Africa rolling on Twitter has no other address other than the mountain of the moon, which is to many students who are highly qualified in subjects as alchemy, astronomy, and self-transmogrification. Having only adopted the wand in recent years, many African spells can be cast with several hand gestures and pointing of the finger. Tough. The school is very notable for having an unusual method in communicating with students. Instead of receiving a letter by owl, students are told they are accepted to Uganda by a message from the headmaster or headmistress and their dream messengers. Dream messengers communicate through tokens left the children while they're asleep, but this is usually in the form of an inscribed stone. Hold on, let's not just jump over them. Castle Baruxo. Within the Castle Baruxo, located deeply within the rainforest. Castle Baruxo, shaped like a castle, is a school in Brazil which takes students from all over South America. The school grounds are protected by Kayapora, small creatures who are said to be tricky, mysterious monsters. A former mistress of the school is claimed to have stated that these creatures cause more trouble than Peeves and well-known poltergeists who have caused havoc in corridors of Hogwarts. Located in Native American culture, Rowling told a fan on Twitter that indigenous magic was important in the founding of the school. The Native American wizardry community was said to be gifted in animal and plant magic. Rowling revealed Tuesday was apparently known to be gifted in wandless magic. Rowling added on Wednesday that the American magical community changed a lot during the time of the Salem and other anti-magic hysteria, and therefore the isol, the idolization of purebloods, and the hatred of Muggle-born or half-blood witches and wizards are far less rampant all across America. It's ranked among one of the top schools. On Thursday, Rowling revealed that wizarding currency used in America is called a dragget. Though nothing about the exchange rate from galleons, sickles, nuts from the American dollar, she also revealed that in 1790 a law was designed to segregate the magical and the non-magical community. Witches and wizards were not allowed to marry those without magic, and the American wizard government act completely independently from the non-magical. After this law was introduced, the common slang phrase Dorcas became popular to mean idiot or an in-depth person. After Dorcas, 12 Trees, whose massive break of the statute of secrecy was the main reason for this law to be introduced. All witches and wizards in America are proficient in the use of wands and can buy their wands from one of the four main providers in the United States. Not much is known about the school itself as of yet, but more is being released over the next few days. Turn up. So we never had a school, but now we got a school. I didn't know about that at all.
Has a particularly strong aversion to poachers and those who work with them. At some point in the game, we'll receive this book, which Avalanche is referring to as the Hogwarts Field Guide. We get a brief look at the book in-game during this scene here, and I think it's pretty safe to say this is going to be our quest log of sorts. The Room of Requirement will not only make an appearance in Hogwarts Legacy, but it will actually play a vital role in our character's journey at Hogwarts. It's here we'll be able to sow and harvest plants, brew potions, and upgrade gear. Not only that, we'll also unlock vivariums where we can nurture our own menagerie of magical beasts. This space can be freely customized to match your own personality and magical specialties. Magical creatures will be featured prominently, with several of the most popular Wizarding World creatures like centaurs, goblins, graphorns, trolls, hippogriffs, even dragons, and plenty more have been officially confirmed. Some creatures that we encounter have been corrupted by a mysterious dark magic, while others are threatened by poachers. Players can actually rescue some of these creatures and nurse them back to health in the Room of Requirement. As for the more nefarious creatures, Inferi have been seen on multiple occasions, and if you know the lore of the Inferi, you know that also means there has to be a dark wizard or witch.
You guys know how it is when you buy a new Mac. It's super fast at first, and then pretty soon after it starts to slow down. That's probably because you haven't been using Clean My Mac X, which will help clean
behind it all. As for Dementors, they were seen briefly in the first trailer, but we haven't seen them in any of the other trailers. They are on the official box art for the deluxe version of the game, though, so it seems a safe bet they will make an appearance at some point in Hogwarts Legacy as well. Another key plot point from the story is that our main character receives a late acceptance letter to Hogwarts and will be on a journey to uncover a hidden truth of the wizarding world. Avalanche has also teased some sort of pivotal event that our character survives before starting out at Hogwarts. We'll also begin our schooling as a fifth year, which is certainly unusual for a new student. The true reason for this late start has yet to be revealed, but it's likely related to our main character's special ability, which is a power to perceive and master ancient magic. J.K. Rowling is not directly involved in the project, and this is not a new Wizarding World story from her. However, Avalanche has collaborated closely with her team on all aspects of the game to ensure it remains in line with the magical experiences fans expect. The primary conflict of the game appears to center around our main character and the ancient magic they possess. There's also rumors of a rebellion being led by the goblin Ranrock, whom we see having a particularly intense confrontation with the player and Professor Fig during the State of Play trailer. Ranrock appears to be working with a dark wizard by the name of Rookwood, a surname fans of the Potter series will no doubt recognize. We also have official confirmation that this is Professor Abraham Ronan and also that he's head of Slytherin House. This is Professor Hecat, our Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, and Avalanche has also confirmed we'll meet up with a Weasley or two, and it seems highly likely the witch here is Professor Weasley. We can assume that thanks to some text labels that were spotted in that Autodesk presentation that I mentioned earlier. Our Potions Master is a former Auror by the name of Professor Sharp, and we'll definitely be able to sneak around the castle at night given this tease from the official Twitter account. Player choice will certainly play a key role in the game. However, it appears Avalanche has stopped short of creating a full-blown morality system. The official FAQ does confirm players will encounter various quests and storylines that will influence the witch or wizard they choose to become. As for what those choices will entail, 3 of the big ones are likely to involve the unforgivable curses, as all 3 have been confirmed for Hogwarts Legacy. That's right, Imperio, Crucio, and Avada Kedavra will all be usable by the player in some form in Hogwarts Legacy. Avada Kedavra was confirmed in the State of Play trailer, while Crucio was shown during Sebastian's Dark Legacy trailer, and then Imperio was confirmed in a social media post on Halloween. But how exactly will these curses and dark magic play out in the game? I have some big ideas about just how evil you can be in Hogwarts Legacy, and I put all those thoughts into the video on the right side of your screen now, so definitely check that one out next. As always, thank you all so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon. Severus Snape.
No, I'm glad that he brought that up because I was curious about that. I thought it was about Infamous. If y'all have ever heard about the game Infamous, trying to figure out what this game's all about, what the situation is. You know what I mean?
Once said, the dark arts are many,
get into it.
varied, ever-changing, and eternal. Fighting them is like fighting a many-headed monster, which each time a neck is severed, sprouts a head even fiercer and cleverer than before. You are fighting that which is unfixed, mutating, indestructible. Since the announcement of Hogwarts Legacy and its promise to put players at the center of their adventure, allowing them to become the witch or wizard they choose to be, fans have wondered and speculated as to just how far we'll be able to go down the path of dark magic. We were given a taste of things to come near the end of the Hogwarts Legacy gameplay trailer in what had to be the most jaw-dropping moment of the entire showcase. In this video, we'll take a closer look at how Hogwarts Legacy may handle dark magic while considering the history of the dark arts in the wizarding world. Some of the earliest information we have on the dark arts comes to us through Harry's eyes and ears in his Defense Against the Dark Arts classes at Hogwarts, which of course is a confirmed class for Hogwarts Legacy. Of course, Harry Potter is the only known wizard to have ever survived the killing curse when Voldemort attempted to take his life on October 31st, 1981. But how exactly will this curse work in Hogwarts Legacy? How soon will we unlock it in the game? Can it be used anywhere or anytime? What about a cooldown needed? I believe there are some clues we can look for in the gameplay trailer that will help us determine a little more about how this curse will be used in the game. Our first clue comes in the moment just before we see Avada Kedavra in the trailer. In the lead up to that exact moment, when we see the curse cast on screen, we hear the narrator say,
"Be careful where you choose to explore, as it may lead you down a darker path."
Avada
Now, we've known for a while that Hogwarts Legacy will give players a choice over the type of wizard or witch they wish to be. There are still a lot of details we don't know about how exactly this will play out, but the official FAQ reads, they will grow their characters' abilities by mastering powerful spells, brewing potions, and harvesting magical plants as they face off against deadly enemies. Players will also encounter missions and scenarios that will pose difficult choices and determine what they stand for. So I believe this spell will only be available for wizards or witches who choose the dark path. I don't expect this to be something anyone can use at any time. Another interesting bit about Avada Kedavra is where we see it being cast. If you slow down the trailer, we can see what appears to be a basic goblin on the other end of the curse, and it's in this large, cavernous area with seemingly no other enemies around. This is in stark contrast to the rest of the trailer when pretty much anytime we're shown in combat, it's in an area with multiple enemies, except for another specific moment in the trailer when this happens.
Devastate your enemies using various finishes. You can even use the mysterious, powerful magic your professors do not understand to obliterate your strongest foes.
And so with this, we're introduced to a gameplay mechanic that's clearly going to be a core part of the game, and that is the finishers. First, in this scene, we see the player character repeatedly slamming the goblin with what could be a more violent variation of Descendo, or possibly something entirely new. And the next one is the lightning being summoned from above, which, to everything I can find, isn't anything we've really seen in the Harry Potter series before. Probably the closest thing we've seen is when Voldemort first took possession of the Elder Wand after Dumbledore's death, but in that instance, it wasn't used to kill or destroy a living target. Given the dialogue when this lightning moment appears on screen, it's pretty safe to say this spell somehow relates to the ancient magic our player has a unique ability to perceive and master. So my guess for Avada Kedavra is that it's one of these finisher type spells. We don't have the specifics for how they'll be used, but just from the name finisher alone, I think it's likely these won't be something we can cast at any time. They'll likely be something we have to build up to, either through some type of combo meter, or it could just be purely a timing thing we have to wait out. I think it's also probable that these finishing spells will be situational and probably unavailable in some scenarios. But that still leaves us with two other unforgivable curses, Imperio and Crucio. With Avada Kedavra confirmed, it's only natural for fans to immediately start wondering, what about the other two? Let's start with Imperio, which I think has some pretty clear utility that would work very well in a video game. The Imperious Curse is said to place the victim completely under the caster's control. The victim is put into a trance-like state and becomes very suggestible to the commands of the caster. However, those who are strong-willed may learn to resist it. In the series, we've seen this used in very short bursts, but I've also heard of it being used over long periods of time to essentially imprison other humans against their will. As far as gameplay goes, you wouldn't expect Imperio to fall in the same finisher category as Avada Kedavra. Instead, I think we could see it being used for various stealth or puzzle sections in the game. Let's imagine a possible mission that maybe requires the player to enter the library's restricted section, or perhaps a common room other than the one they belong to. There could be multiple ways to go about the mission, with some focusing on the light path and others focusing on a darker path. Light options could include things like trying to get permission from a teacher, maybe Polyjuice Potion, or even an invisibility cloak. The dark path, though, how about the Imperious Curse? Maybe Imperio against a teacher or an older student to try and gain access to this area. There are really so many possibilities for Imperio. If implemented correctly, I think this one could offer some truly unique gameplay moments for those that go down the dark path. And then the question becomes, we do see Harry, Ron, and Hermione use this in the series as well, so should it be locked away only on the dark path? I think that's certainly an interesting debate because, yes, while Harry, Ron, and Hermione may have been justified in needing to use the curse in the moment they did, it is still considered an unforgivable curse and almost certainly falls under the dark magic category. But then we have Crucio, also known as the Torture Curse. Now, this one we get a perfect description of how this curse works and what it makes the other person feel when Voldemort casts it on Harry in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Voldemort raised his wand, and before Harry could do anything to defend himself, before he could even move, he had been hit again by the Cruciatus Curse. The pain was so intense, so all-consuming, that he no longer knew where he was. White-hot knives were piercing every inch of his skin. His head was surely going to burst with pain. He was screaming more loudly than he'd ever screamed in his life. So hearing that, Crucio could potentially work as a finisher, but I think it more likely that we could use this in the dark path as maybe a way to render attackers incapacitated in the middle of a fight. Or perhaps, if they wanted to go really dark, maybe even as a way of extracting useful information from them that could be beneficial for the story. While these three curses are what fans typically think of when it comes to the dark arts, the arts themselves actually go far deeper. The Harry Potter Wiki defines the dark arts as any type of magic that is primarily used to cause harm, exert control over, or even take the life of another living human or creature. And while the dark arts do usually refer to spells, there are also dark potions, dark creatures, and of course, Horcruxes, which are quite possibly the most sinister form of magic in the entire wizarding world, even more so than the unforgivable curses themselves. Author J.K. Rowling has only given vague descriptions of how one would create such an item, refusing to ever fully reveal the details because of how horrific the process is. It's been reported that she did reveal the steps to making a Horcrux to her editor, and that the editor promptly felt like vomiting afterwards. As for dark potions, fans need only to look at the end of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince for an example of such a potion. In order to retrieve Slytherin's locket in the cave, Dumbledore must drink the emerald green potion, which has become known as the Drink of Despair. The locket cannot be retrieved until the entire potion has been drunk. While Dumbledore drinks the potion, he quickly devolves into a weakened and terrified state, so much so that he only wants to stop drinking the potion. Of course, immediately after this moment, we're introduced to one of the darkest creatures in the wizarding world, Inferi. They are corpses, dead bodies that have been bewitched to do a dark wizard's bidding. Inferi have been confirmed to be in Hogwarts Legacy. In fact, we actually see them in the gameplay trailer, but it's unknown who created them in this time period. You see, Inferi are not naturally recurring and only exist when a dark witch or wizard has reanimated them with a dark curse. Trailers shown thus far for Hogwarts Legacy have led fans to believe that the goblin Ranrock and his rebellion is at the heart of the conflict. However, with Inferi present, there's sure to be a dark witch or wizard pulling some strings behind the scenes as well. Is it possibly Rookwood, the man who's working with Ranrock? Or perhaps in classic Harry Potter fashion, it will prove to be someone we first believe is an ally, such as Professor Fig, or maybe one of the other Hogwarts professors. There are countless other dark creatures we may possibly see in Hogwarts Legacy. Dementors were shown in the first trailer, but haven't been mentioned.
See, he done been through some shit.
Wizard pulling some strings behind the scenes as well. With Inferi present, there's sure to be a dark witch or wizard pulling some strings behind the scenes as well. Inferi present, there's sure to be a dark witch or wizard pulling some strings behind the scenes as well. Is it possibly Rookwood, the man who's working with Ranrock? Or perhaps in classic Harry Potter fashion, it will prove to be someone we first believe is an ally, such as Professor Fig, or maybe one of the other Hogwarts professors. There are countless other dark creatures we may possibly see in Hogwarts Legacy. Dementors were shown in the first trailer, but haven't been mentioned since. Acromantula were also seen very briefly in that same trailer. Of course, there are werewolves, boggarts, redcaps, lethifolds, banshees, basilisks, and plenty more. Hogwarts Legacy has already revealed quite a few creatures that are confirmed to be in the game, so it wouldn't surprise me at all to see more of these dark creatures show up when we finally get our hands on the game. And while I think there are some pretty clear applications for dark magic when it comes to the finishers, I actually think the more challenging one to think about is finishers for the light side. So that's something we're going to explore in a future video. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you. Good sir.
To be some of the most exciting features that I'm looking forward to in the game. So let's hop right into it. All right, guys, the first couple things I'm going to talk about here are, not exactly super new, but stuff that I got to see a lot more of in these updates. So first thing we're going to talk about, flying and just general movement. So flying in this game looks really cool from all this gameplay footage that I've watched recently. And from what most of the reviewers said, it just feels right when you're controlling the broomstick. Now, they did say it takes a little bit getting used to. It kind of feels a little weird when you're trying to do it on the controller for the first time. I think some of them said that the controls were inverted and they weren't allowed to go in the menu and switch it or something like that. But I'm sure in the game you'll be able to do that, so it'll be totally fine. So the initial mounting animation, that's really smooth. It still looks really good from all the different gameplay we've seen. And the fact that you basically can just choose a point in the distance like you're seeing in the video right here and fly to it and just go wherever is pretty freaking awesome. And I'm super excited about that. Now, when you're in the air, you guys can't just dismount your broom and just fall off of your broom. You have to go.
They just dropped us right out here. So we're on the broom. After we finish making our character, of course, this is where we started here. So you see the fountain over there.
Oh, so sorry. What I was saying was that I wanted to show you exactly this because we were watching that one video, but this was a little bit better. But look at that GTA map. I hope you're watching Diavon.
There and then
I said I hope it's GTA Skyrim.
Now I'm just kind of getting
I love the GTA map.
Feel for how it feels to move my character around. See those little kites over there? I thought that was awesome. I love those little kites. Looks like you have, I think the red one is a lion, and then the
we're gonna have fun.
Snake there for Slytherin. I'm not sure what the other one is. So then I'm kind of just talking to the gentleman in Avalanche who was helping me set this up. So left on the D-pad is Revelio, and then right there to jump on your broom, you hold L1 and press circle. So that took a little bit of getting used to, having multiple buttons there. You see it kind of had a weird little clipping there as you fly through the kite. But a lot of people did mini games during this section of gameplay. I explored. And I don't know if that was a great use of my time. I'll let you guys be the judge of that after you've seen it. But I just wanted to fly around Hogwarts. So right now, I am flying around in the, I guess you would call it kind of like the slow mode. You're just sort of going around. I'm not holding down R2. So there's no speed boost there. So if you think this looks slow, a little sluggish, right there, that is when I hold R2. And so you see the wind kind of start to move a little bit faster around my character. You even hear it as well. That
It's like Dragon Ball Z.
is when I'm holding R2 and I'm like, okay, this
It's like Dragon Ball
feels
Z.
much better now, because at first
It's like
it felt a little
Kakarot.
bit sluggish. I mean, not it was still controlling well, but it just felt, I don't know, kind of heavy, weighty, if that makes sense, which I think is the intent. You know, they said when they designed this, they didn't want it to feel like the very modern brooms of Harry Potter's day, you know, the Firebolt and the Nimbus and all that. So it's supposed to feel that way. However, when you hold R2, it feels much better. And so right now, I'm just, you can see me kind of spinning the camera around, dude. I was so excited to see that it was running so smoothly, because all the footage, at least I think all the footage that we had seen up until this point, was probably running on like a fidelity mode on the PS5. But they were kind enough, the folks at WB were kind enough to let us switch over to the performance mode. Now, right there, that little icon, I wish I had flown down to it. I heard that some other people who got to play did, and you couldn't actually do that game anyway. Now, if you fly down right here, so I pointed this out in my preview video, but you can see them practicing. So it looks like a Slytherin and a Hufflepuff, I think, and then some Ravenclaws over there. And then I wish I'd, there's so many things I wish I had done looking back on it now, but you guys have to understand. I mean, the way this was set up, there were certain things they wanted us to see. And they honestly, the 2 hours went by so quick, they didn't want us to waste our time either. So they didn't want us to basically just fly around and not get to do anything for 2 hours. So I understand why they kind of had certain things they wanted us to see. But instead of doing the mini games, I just go fly past the gamekeeper's hut here. And I'll tell you guys a little secret here. I had been tipped off, won't mention any names, but someone had tipped me off saying that there was a secret cave or cavern area that I should try to find. And so they told me a general idea of where it was, near the boathouse and in between the bridge, I think is how it was described. So that is what I just go off searching for right now, which it kind of worked out, because you guys are going to get to see some just raw, just exploring gameplay, like not really going for any specific mini game or any specific landmark, just flying around the castle, which I think so many people are going to enjoy doing just that. So right there, I thought, ooh, maybe it's kind of hidden behind this waterfall back here. So I fly a little bit closer, try to take a peek. Nope, not back there. So like, okay, well, let's kind of keep going around. So I start flying this way, and we're coming up on the section where the students kind of just spawn in. So you'll get to see that here in a second, which I don't know if that will ever. Oh, was that it right there on the left? That might have been it. Maybe it's like an invisible wall, or a wall that kind of disappears as you get closer to. I have no idea. But yeah, right here. So see, there's no students here. And then as I get close, they kind of just pop in right there. And you also, if you have a really good eye, I don't know why I flipped the camera around so quickly. I think I was just so anxious to try swimming that it didn't even register until after the fact that, oh, these students just popped in out of nowhere. But if you were able to pause it really quick, you could see that there was also a howler between them over there.
Dion, hand it over. Now, how does that make you feel?
Like a part of me.
Which I think is a pretty nice touch, that we're going to see howlers in the game. So swimming confirmed, as you guys already know. So I did that for just a little bit, which I've seen in other videos now, that you can actually just jump right back on your broom from being in the water, which is really cool. And I mean, if you think about it, what if you get stranded, I don't know, way out in the middle of the lake somewhere, and you need to very quickly get on your broom? It's really nice that they have that here. So I'm still kind of just flying around, getting used to the mechanics, still looking for that little cave. I'm thinking, okay, maybe you got to swim into it there. Nope. Nope. And then I love the music that kicks in. I love the music. Now, right here, I just take off sprinting for a little bit, because I'm trying to get a feel for, okay, how does it feel to sprint as you're going between the water right there and then also the rocky area. And then we're going to get kind of back over to the sand here. So it's X to jump, no surprise. And then we're going to get close to, there should be some little, what are these things called up here? Leeches, I think. And at first I thought that was a snitch. If you guys go back and freeze it for a second there, I thought it was a snitch. It was actually a little dragonfly. But I was thinking, man, that would be so cool if there was just a random snitch flying around that you have to find. So I spot something right there, and I thought, ooh, okay, leech juice, collect that. And there was something over there they didn't want us to show, but you guys will get to see that in the final game. So that's why we cut that little section out. And then I go up here to just get this glorious shot of these stained glass windows right here. This one of my favorite shots in the whole game. I can't wait to see this at night. Just so beautiful. I've always loved stained glass in real life as well. So to get to see it right there for the first time in game, of course, we saw it in the screenshot before, and then you see some students walking around down there. And so at this point, I'm like, okay, I don't really have enough time to do mini games or whatever. Let me just try to get some really awesome shots of Hogwarts. And then the music, dude, the music, I tell you guys, they have just absolutely nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. So I'm kind of flying toward the camera here to give you guys a nice wide shot. Oh, dude, it is just so beautiful. Now, of course, most of you all know by now we were limited to just the Hogwarts grounds. So all those mountainous areas, I would have loved to try to fly there in those directions and just see what would happen. But we had to stay on the Hogwarts grounds. Now, an interesting part is coming up here because the dev that I was working with, or who was assisting me, told me that you could land on certain places. So I don't know if they just had it turned off. You can see how it says you can't dismount in here. I don't know if there's something that was just turned off for the demo. And then here we get a different message. Landing is unavailable right now. So I am pretty sure that in the final game, you will be able to land some places. And I know Wizard PhD tried this in her video as well, and she also was not able to land anywhere. And then you'll see I'm going to try it here one more time. Go right there. Yep, see, still you can't enter while mounted. So we got like 3 different explanations. So, and then speed up is unavailable right now. I think I was trying to press R2. And then we're just going to go and land in the Transfiguration Courtyard here. But I am pretty sure that in the final game, you will be able to just fly up and land in certain places. If
I don't think so. I actually don't think so.
you're not, I would be surprised. Or maybe it's like, I don't know, maybe it's something you have to unlock. So at this point, we had to go on and go inside.
I think it's meant to, you know what I mean, be outside. Inside is meant to be inside. But let's look at it a little bit more.
They were kind of
Let's look at
leading
some
us in
indoor
there. That part of
stuff.
the demo was over. So now they let us in here, which this area, if you remember from the gameplay showcases, Boston Madsen described as the Grand Central Station of Hogwarts. Now, I had to go over right away and see this fountain because so many people had seen that prompt and they thought that it meant you could sit there on the fountain. And so I walked up, and instead it is not sit, it is use. So you see I press square, you get this little interaction. And as that goes, you're going to see a field guide page kind of shimmer. Then I hit Revelio, and then you're able to collect. So that's the Central Hall fountain right there. So these field guide pages, you guys, are just going to be super fun to collect. Super fun to collect. I mean, just in my gameplay alone, I saw several. And then watching other people's gameplay, I saw there were quite a few that I didn't even spot that were in the area. So here we're going to go over and do one of the game's side quests or small puzzle.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora.
So I'll let the characters talk for a minute here.
I'm a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
And giving you guys a good look at the options there.
Have you gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it?
I did discover that casting Lumos has an effect of some kind, but I'm not sure what to do next.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have.
Okay, so Lumos was kind of our hint for this. And I want to talk about the voice. Well, there you go. You see Lumos. And then it's going to give me a clue.
I should look around.
And says find the location depicted in the painting. Now, you'll also notice on the mini-map that it has these yellow dots kind of leading you to the area. I can't decide if I like that yet or not. I almost like it or think I would like it better if you just had to kind of remember, but then maybe that would make it too hard. I don't know. I mean, obviously this one was here prepared for us. This is where they wanted us to go. So maybe there are going to be some more difficult ones. So I tried Accio. I thought maybe you have to Accio the moth, pick it up. But no, it's Lumos again.
Let's get you back to your
And then it's
frame,
going to start
Moth.
flying around right there. And you can see I'm eyeing that other field guide page. I'm like, oh, I want to go after that one too. Which you'll see me capture a couple more of those here in a second. But as far as the voice acting goes, I feel like it is much improved in terms of the facial animations, facial capture. I do feel like it was much improved. Still not quite there, not quite there. I feel like it's just a little bit off. But again, some of that, maybe it could be the capture as well. But seeing how much it already improved, I have high hopes. I wanted to see that, choose that just to see what would happen. She gets a little upset.
I am only joking. I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to
The
guide
scarf
him back
looks
to the
so
frame.
good.
All very logical, I
The
suppose.
textures on the scarf.
Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Amit, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out.
So Amit, we get the correct pronunciation there. I've been saying Amit all this time. So look, I walk right up to the bench, you guys. I walked right up to it for you, and it does not appear that we are going to be able to sit. See, there's a chair too. So I'm looking all around. I'm like, is there anywhere we can sit? I walk over to that one, and I know there's a fair number of people who want to know that. I personally am not that upset by it. I do not want to be sitting in this game, man. I'm going to be too busy exploring. I guess technically you can sit on your broom and you can sit on the hippogriffs, that sort of thing. Okay, so I had to go back. I wanted to get that page right there. And it's actually really fun to go after the pages. Now, that little dot you see, that shows up when you press L2. And so it's sort of like a free look mode, I guess. And I'm kind of talking to him about that. And you're going to see a brief loading screen right there before I go into the library. Just a very, very brief loading screen. We'll talk about that another time here. This was just breathtaking walking in here. So I'm testing this out. I'm like, can I use L2 to aim a little better? And so that's what I was trying to do right there. I would suggest not. I think that L2 is really for more like a free look. I don't think it's like a free aim, if that makes sense. It's really more for you to kind of just look around if you want to just keep your character stationary for a bit. Now, I was really getting annoyed by this field guide page because I couldn't find it. You see me looking all around. I'm like, it was right there. Where did it go? So as I get up here, I just decide, okay, might as well take in this gorgeous architecture. And then you can see the sun shining through on the outside over there. Got some portraits over here, which the portraits are going to be super fun. I mean, super fun to check out and see which ones are moving, if they change throughout the game. All of this, I just thought looked incredible. Just looked incredible.
Sebastian took that dueling loss rather gamely.
And then you get a NPC just appearing behind me. Now, those two, you see that? They were in different houses, but they looked like the same character model. What I have found so interesting watching other people's gameplay is just the variety of the NPCs. Like sometimes out there in the little Grand Central Station area, I see people in Quidditch robes. And other times I see just normal students. So it seems completely randomized. So I don't know if maybe they need to kind of change up the randomization algorithm or what. I don't know. I don't know how it works exactly. But if there's any way they can try to make it so they don't appear in the same spot, I had to try Incendio right there. I was just curious. I really wanted to sort of try to interact with all the objects. So right there, I got Accio. It actually responded a little bit with that frame right there. But then you saw when I was just casting the basic shot, nothing was really reacting. So I don't think that you can just run around and blasting students. Now that little chime, did you guys hear that? I think that means there's a secret in the area. Don't know if it's a field guide. There we go. I finally spotted the field guide page completely across the library. And you can see I didn't use L2 to aim that time. I just was able to
You can't imagine how inconvenient.
use the right stick and grab it. And I love the flue flames right there, the little sound you get from Ignatia Wildsmith as she talks about before she invented flu powder.
Some days, you just need it. It can be a memory or a feeling. Comfort. It all starts with Snuggle.
What's wrong with that
Which I don't think they had those turned on for this demo. Now watch right here. Brief loading screen again. So it's very possible that when you're going into a large area or a completely new section, something like that, that you will see brief loading screens. Hopefully, I mean, fingers crossed. I'd love if the day one patch makes it even better, because then you can see right here, go through that door, nothing. So now we're in the herbology greenhouse area and the music changes. I love the subtle music change. They really did a great job. I know I'm like a broken record talking about the music, but I just think they did such a great job with it. So that right there, you can see, I think it was up on the D-pad. If you are tracking a quest, you'll see a golden trail that appears. So there we get another flu flame. And you can see why I don't think it's active, because I was standing right there and I'm going to walk back. Yep, there I go. Walk back over and it doesn't give me any option to interact or anything. So I don't think it was available for the demo. Level 1 lock right here. You'll get a chance a bit later to see how the Alohomora works. And then we're just kind of taking in the greenhouse area here, which looks gorgeous. I asked them, I said, so is it possible that I can find Professor Garlic down here? And they said yes, but they also told me she won't always be in here. She will either be here, sometimes she's in the Great Hall, which we didn't get to see the Great Hall. I really wish we had gotten a chance to go into the Great Hall, because, man, I guess they're kind of saving that for when we actually get the game, right? Because that is going to be an epic moment going in the Great Hall for the first time. Just such an iconic area of the series. So you can see there are a few students moving around here through the herbology greenhouse. Not a lot, but a few students. But I was really curious about, because we were in the greenhouse, Garlic in particular, I was trying to get at sort of what kind of routine do the characters go through, specifically the characters who aren't just the random NPCs, like Professor Garlic, of course, who's going to be one of the main characters in the game. I didn't see her. I was not able to find her here during my playthrough, but I did think that was cool that they talked about sometimes she could be here, sometimes she could be in the Great Hall. I think it'd be cool if they show up other places too. I mean, if they had their own routines. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know how hard that is to program in. I'm sure it's pretty difficult.
Handy resource indeed.
There you can see Wildsmith making another comment. But just having all, I mean, most of the time in my playthrough, I felt like the NPCs was a pretty good variety. There were only a couple times where I noticed like, ooh, that was almost the exact same person or the exact same character model. But then I saw my buddy James Expecto Goes footage. He had a moment where two identical, I think they even had the same robes, were sitting directly beside each other. Now here we go back out into the central area, and I loved just listening in on these conversations as I grabbed
7
another
so
field guide
far.
page. I'm telling you, dude, it's
I'm not
so
sure.
fun to go after those field guide pages. So you can see we got two students
Oh, I'm
over on
not
the
even
right
showing
there.
this. I
And then
haven't
I'm
been
just kind of
showing this
listening
whole
in.
time.
People
Come
sitting
on,
around the
man.
fountain here.
Just been talking. Come on, man.
Making a comment about Professor Hecat right there.
Dag nabbit.
And then if you saw that little transition, there was a part where I pulled up a menu, so they didn't want us to show any menus.
It's not
And
bad.
I
I
see the
kind of
student
like
right
it.
there on the right, kind of, they had their wand out like they were trying to practice a little bit. Talking about Headmaster Black, of course. Okay, right now, so when I went into the menu, and you guys weren't able to see that because we had to cut the menus out, I marked a quest. And so you can see it says talk to Luke and Brattleby. So when I hold the D-pad up, that is what gave me this marker. And so, or I guess really the path to that quest. And so right here, this door is where I encounter the biggest loading, which is it's not bad loading time, but I was just,
Absolutely. Yeah.
you
The
see, I
stream's
back
really
up. Is that
long,
supposed
but
to happen? And then finally,
I don't know.
the
There's a
doors do
lot that
open.
I've
So it's
seen,
not bad,
and I like it so
but I
far.
could see
It's
if that
open world.
happens a
Apparently, you
lot,
can
it
go
might
up
take
on these
some people out
mountains.
of the experience.
Hold up. Apparently, you can go up on these mountains, but he just didn't want to explore that, or he wasn't allowed to explore these mountains back here. Like the area over there, what I'm thinking or what I thought about, I think it's like um Kakarot. If you ever played Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, but it's gonna be Hogwarts. That's all. For sure.
Interesting watching other people's gameplay is just the variety of the NPCs. Like sometimes out there in the little Grand Central Station area, I see people in Quidditch robes. And other times I see just normal students. So it seems completely randomized. So I don't
Just
know if
call
maybe
out
they need to
sick.
kind of change up the randomization algorithm or what. I don't know. I don't know how it works exactly.
Yeah, I'm
But if
going
there's
on a
any
trip
way they can
actually,
try to
so I
make it
won't
so
even be
they can
around.
appear in the same
I'll
spot.
be around
Travis
later.
Indio right there. I was just
to
curious. I
play.
really gorgeous. I asked them. I said, "So
I'm
is it
sure it'll be
possible that
fun
I
though.
can find Professor Garlic down here?" And they say they didn't want us to show any menu.
Meet Litter Robot, the self-cleaning automatic litter box for cats.
Should be a lot of
It
fun though.
eliminates the
This dude just sounds terrified. I tried to help. So if
I
you
like
think I'm
that
just
there's
standing there,
colors.
I asked. That's
Games look kind of gloomy and like really dark on my end, so I'm glad
is
there's
there
some
anything we
color.
can do to interact?
And like even the magic looks real magic-y. I think that's why everything else is so dark, is because when they use the magic and it's really light, it really pops. Um, I guess I understand that. I guess.
Interact or help, and they said no.
It was granted my privileges be handsome indeed. All right,
And then yeah, they saw that field guide page. So hey, let's try a Revelio. Peeves's haunted toilets right there. Another level 1 lock. So I stay the whole time. There we go. I don't know why the student didn't even pick up the books. Just leave the books right there. And then I can see the little white outline. I don't know if I like the white outline.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it
I
either.
mean, it definitely helps you notice and spot certain things. You see the other field guide page, it was Incendio for that. But then I think on certain things that you can interact with, it doesn't show up. And then I also know there's been a lot of questions, people asking about the HUD. It seems like it's going to be pretty customizable. You hear that person screaming? What in the world? And then you got another little highlight right there, which I didn't have time. I wanted to interact with that one, but it was a different spell. I think it may have been Levioso, which, by the way, I've had so many comments on my other video, people saying it's actually Wingardium Leviosa. I know, or at least I think some of them are just trying to make the joke of Hermione, right? Leviosa, not Leviosa. But actually, for this game, it is a spell called Levioso with the O at the end. So it's a little bit different from Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso is purely a levitation spell, whereas Wingardium allows you to kind of move the object around. So there you go. Now, right here, before I talk to Lucan, I'm just experimenting with the spells a little bit more. I tried R1. You see the
Little
little
knowledge
R1
for
prompt
your
right there?
caboose.
It did not work when I was outside of battle. So the R1 is the ancient magic throw. Circle makes you roll. Then I try Protego a little bit here so you guys can get a look at that. So if you just hold Protego, you kind of get your shield. But if you time it just right, when you get that little yellow above your head, then you can actually deflect. So you fire like a Stupefy back. So we'll listen to Lucan here now.
I coordinate duels, crossed ones, a dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
I'm flattered to hear that. Sebastian's not a bad duelist either.
Imagine it's quite something to see the two of you duel.
How does cross wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
Of course.
Oh yeah, you know, we gotta jump in.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you could duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along, or duel alone. So, care to step into the ring?
Now, our character talking about dueling being a pastime,
Spectacular!
that makes me rethink what we know about the story. Like, we thought our character starts out probably not knowing magic, right? Like, why else would they be a 5th year? But that comment makes me wonder, maybe they do know magic for some reason, somehow, some way. All right, so here you see break through the yellow shields with control spells. That's the yellow coloration, like the levitation spell, Levioso, and then target with R3. And then, like a lot of games these days, target with R3, and then you can kind of flick it left to right to switch your targets. And so I gotta say, I think people are going to spend a lot of time in Cross Wands, or will need to spend a lot of time in Cross Wands to learn the combat, because it does take a little bit of getting used to. Mainly because here's the biggest thing. So right there, I use Levioso, but now the second that character's shield comes back, well, it doesn't happen right here, but there will be a time when basically I'm waiting on the Levioso cooldown, but I don't have the spell even unlocked yet. So I can't even, there you go, I just took a Wiggenwell potion. All right, so right now they both got their shields back. So Sebastian hit them with one to break it. And I'm trying to, the devs there, he's telling me combo possibilities. So there you go, I break it. And then get rid of that one. And then I think Sebastian finished off the other. Yeah, so maybe it's this next section here where I didn't have the shield fully, or Levioso rather, didn't have it fully recharged.
Keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organize these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again, congratulations on your first Crossed Wands victory. Well fought.
So after we finished up Cross Wands, the first round, we're going to go back over. So I'm still trying to mess with this barrel. I'm like, can I not press R1 and move that? And you can't unless you're in battle. At least in this demo, it would not activate at all. So I go back over to talk to him again, and we're going to try out the training dummy. I did that before I did my final round of Cross Wands, at least for this demo.
Use the training dummy?
Of course. I'll fetch it and give you a list of combinations to practice. Ready to have a try now?
Yes, let's do it.
That would be wonderful.
Be sure to cast all your spells before the dummy lands. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
So the training dummy, I think, is going to be super helpful for teaching people the combos. So right here, you can see cast Accio, followed by 4 consecutive basic attacks. So it's just R2, 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 R2 after you do the Accio, or Levioso, I'm sorry. There you go, Levioso. So you can see I sped up a little bit that time. I was asking them, I said, does it have a cadence to it? Like, do you have to do it sort of with a certain rhythm? And it seemed to work when I did it faster. So this time I'm kind of doing it slow again. Want to make sure I get the Accio in right there. And then see, I sped up there, and it still worked.
Snap your W-2 and file Fed and State for free. Simple tax returns only. See if you qualify.
Hyundai versus the other guys. Look what Hyundai has and what Honda, Nissan.
So it's pretty short. I don't know how much you're going to be able to go back and use the training dummy. I assume that it will be anytime you can go back and do it.
You'll be a fearsome challenger now.
And then I had enough time to do one more round. So I just go ahead and talk to him again right away and ask if we have the next round of Cross Wands ready.
Hello, Lucan. Is the next round of Crossed Wands all set?
Why, yes it is. I've got a great match lined up. Ready for another round?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Brilliant. Are you dueling with a partner?
And we had the option. I should have picked Natsai. I totally should have picked Natsai.
Yes.
Because we just had Sebastian. But for some reason, I just went to him again. Which they don't really factor in. I mean, they do participate, but you don't hear them talk too much. At least I didn't feel like. But then you get another prompt right here telling you how to break through the violet shields. They require 4 spells to break. And then again, same thing with R3. Same message as before on that. So now we got 3 students that we're going against. So I go Accio right away. Then we're hitting them with the basic shot. And then I got a Protego in right there. So the jump right there, I was actually trying to dodge roll. I mentioned this in my preview as well. In God of War, it's X to dodge, but here it is circle. So it will take me a little bit of getting used to, but it won't be a problem once I got it down.
Still a very dark
So if it looks like
game.
sometimes I'm just standing there not doing
So
anything, I'm
dark.
probably talking to the dev from Avalanche, getting some pointers on how to break the shields, do the combos. I kept trying to do the.
It is a teen
I think
game,
what I wanted
y'all.
to do was Accio, basic shot, Incendio. That's the one they were telling me
Ain't no
about.
mead. Guts and blood.
All right, let's see if I get it right here. I get it here in a second. So we got the blue or the
Do hit
violet, I
kids with
guess they're
combos
calling it.
though.
So there we go. I jump, then dodge. There's the Accio, and then the Incendio. So the Incendio is pretty short range. I think you're probably going to be able.
All right, we get it.
So there is some gray area there. So right here, we're kind of just investing. You can rebuild it with Reparo, which I think is so cool. So cool. Or you do, then you're just going to, it's going to come second nature. So hopefully that's what it is. Now this area was there, but I really wanted to try and learn. So then I back up. There you can see Poppy's playing.
Shout out Rudy Winkler.
A couple more
Man, look like
runs.
Rudy.
She wouldn't have left without it.
All right, well, we done found out a lot. You know what I mean? Shout out Rada Ms. Raps. Rada Ms. Raps. Seems like a solid game. I pre-ordered it, so it is currently installing after my Sims update. I do recommend y'all download it. Should be fun. Should be super fun, actually. Especially if that world is super explorable. Not just around that castle, you know what I mean? If it's a super open world type of situation, I'm intrigued, interested. I will be streaming over on Majin Broly on Twitch. We will be streaming the initial everything. Will we rerun the ceremony? Will I keep the pre-made wizard on? I don't know, man. I don't know. But salute to y'all. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace, 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 peace.